They performed and celebrated as long as there was light in the sky. Their performances consisted of flying as high as possible, then swooping back to earth faster than seemed possible. They would then turn back up just before they met the ground, with spine bent to breaking point. They whooped and shouted and sang and chanted all the time. They taunted each other to go higher, faster, harder. The older ones that remained alive had feathers and skin burnt by the sun. They could not see anything. They had scars on their heads and limbs and torsos. Some even had exposed bone earned from the drive to be champion. It was their shame to remain alive and no longer have the speed or power to be champion, or to die in their efforts to become champion. Their fallen brothers are immortalized by their unique pattern created in the rock when they smash into it at the nadir of their dive. The patterns are created by the pieces of decorative metal that they wore and by parts of their bones that are driven into the rock by the speed of their impact. These are surrounded by the remaining withering feathers that had yet to blow away. When one of them dies because of their drive to become champion, the rest of them wail and cry and are inconsolable for days or weeks until the reigning champion finds the strength to rouse them by climbing high again. Sometimes, when he was at his highest height, where oxygen was almost absent and he could no longer keep climbing, he could see movement beyond the ridge. He would stare and wonder without knowing what it was or what those moving shapes or creatures were. He turned to see his challenger climb to his disappointing limit and looked at him for a moment. He knew that there would never again be a champion such as himself, and he was in an endless, hopeless vacuum of glory. He forced his arms to drive his wings again and reach a velocity as unnatural as it was exhilarating. Now his wings tighten against his body, his fingers rigid and pointing forward, his feet pointing behind him. He was now nothing but an arrow. He knows he will not turn this time as he welcomes the eternity that will be his own unique pattern of death, remembered by others. He wonders which of his bones, tokens and tributes will enter the rock to create his lasting signature, or simply bounce off of it. And it appears this is his only purpose.